stuck at home, some of us, or maybe we just are stuck with our children and we need a little break, but we also need some strength and some mind-body connection. So we'll start with our feet right underneath of our hips. And just remember, sometimes our hips are not as wide as we think they are. So you want to line your hip bone right here, all the way down to your knee, to your heels. So we'll start there. Anchoring down through the toes, through the balls of the feet. I'll turn my angles at various points throughout this. And then some pelvic curls. The tendency can be to want to stick here or to press here. So just drawing the tailbone down. Think I'm pulling my belly button in and up. Then you can feel the back lengthening as the tailbone reaches down towards the heels. So we'll do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw the ribs to the hips. Lift them up, draw them back down. Sometimes they want to flare up. We'll do one more, draw down here. So you've got this great rib to hip connection. I'll say that at various points, but ribs and hips. If you feel it, there's not a ton of space between your ribs and your hips. So you want to draw them back down, engage your abdominals here. We'll roll through the shoulders here. You can relax and release some of the stress that's in them. And also just, I'm going to lift them up to the ears, I'm going to slide them back down. So we're going to engage through the back of the body to help draw the shoulders down towards the hips. So we avoid the hunching over that we tend to do, especially when we're stressed. And then from there, take your fingertips to your ribs, just so you can feel the breath movement in your lungs. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. As you breathe in, see where you can find this lateral breath as you push the lungs out to the side into the rib cage, and then the exhale, you're going to pull your belly button away from your shirt. Inhaling, exhale. Trying to let the shoulders stay relaxed so we don't hike them up every time we breathe in. We'll do 2 more. Very focused breaths, and we'll find movement within that. And then on the next inhale, go ahead and reach the arms up. On your exhale, tuck the chin, the chest will come into a roll down. Think of your spine like a slinky. If you take my classes with me, you've heard me say this. Think of your spine like a slinky. Every single coil in that vertebrae. Inhale here, and then exhale, anchor down through the feet. Find the engagement through the legs. As you slowly roll up, pull with your belly button. Lift up here, and then stack the spine. That slinky, that same little. Inhale here. Exhale, roll down, chin to chest, pull the navel of the spine here. We're drawing in, so you can round up through the back as much as possible. Inhaling at the bottom, the exhale to roll up. This is just great homework. Maybe this is all that you get to today. Maybe this is all you get to each morning. It's wonderful for the body to find alignment, to find length. We can engage into your body, into your breath. Inhale, exhale. And standing up nice and tall. We'll pedal through the feet. So it's just a heel lift. Heel lift. The hips are going to stay level. The abs are going to stay engaged. And then from here, open up through the shoulders. Find some rotation from the shoulder itself. In. And we'll do 2. And 1. Hold that openness here so the palms are facing forward. And then we'll lift up and draw down. So we're going to press through the toes, through the balls of the feet. So my arms are slightly reaching back behind, trying to get stretch across the pectoral muscles, through the collarbones. Because we tend to be here, or sometimes we tend to be here. So whatever we can do to open up. It is a beautiful March day in Portland with the giant snowflakes falling. And it genuinely makes me smile. So finding movement to make ourselves smile, make our body smile, even if our face doesn't feel like it, even if our mood doesn't feel like it. I guarantee working out will help just get the endorphins going and make you feel better emotionally as well. And I know a lot of people are so bummed to be missing classes. So we have our space at home. We're not doing anything with equipment, so it doesn't matter what you have. You can find some movement here. And we'll come up and hold here. If it doesn't feel good to stay in balance, keep the heels down. Turn the palms up here, and then we'll reach the thumbs back. So as you squeeze here, focus right between the shoulder blades. I'm going to squeeze. So we're getting standing posture. We'll eventually make our way down to the mat, but we'll just start here. Maybe we're in our balance. As you're in that balance, your body maybe wants to rock a little bit. You can always come down here as well. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1, and then tiny little circles here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll sweep the arms forward. Let's squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. As we do this, see if you can come into a squat, sitting your butt down and then lifting up. It's this down, it's this lift up here. Maybe the heels are down as we press, as we lift. So you can really engage it through the glutes. So we should focus in on your butt cheeks here. It's a mind and muscle thing. Otherwise your quads will take over, everything else will work. But really want to press and then squeeze your butt cheeks to lift. Like I'm gonna come and just like tap you behind. I would not do that, but I joke around about it because we all know your little love tap back there. We start to engage a little bit more. Oh, now I'm preparing for it. So I'll do 4. Maybe the heels are down, maybe they're up. And 2. And 1. Draw the arms down, we'll lift. Maybe we'll hold in that squat. Again, heels down, heels up. It's up to you. But think of a push. Right? Can I engage my arms? And can I feel like I'm holding a weight even if I'm not, because not everybody has that? Maybe I can just press up here, pushing the biceps to the ceiling, and maybe I'm pressing down an inch and up an inch within my hips. Can I just take a little push down, a little lift up? Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna rotate the palms up and back. So you get that movement from the shoulders. So you can take the arms down here, if that feels better to have them by your side. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands here. We'll face the palms back and we'll press the palms back behind us. Think of engaging into your triceps, back of the arm. Right? Can I squeeze? Can I feel like I'm holding a weight as I push back? And maybe you grab a water bottle. Maybe you're going to do this arm work. I probably should have said that at the beginning. You can grab a water bottle, you can hold on to that. If you don't have weights, just something small. And then can I find that 1 inch to my hips, 1 inch to the glutes. I squeeze and press in here. And we'll do 4, 3, 2, and I want to hold there and just little pulses into the hips. And as you do that, can you slide the shoulders down away from the ears a little bit more? And we'll do 4, 3, 2, 1, hold there, drop the heels. We'll reach the arms to the shoulders and then press back. To the shoulders, press back. Try and be careful not to overextend. That lift, press. Reach, pull back here. So we find that full squat, a full range of motion through the legs. And then engaging into the abdominals to lift, to pull the belly button in and up. We'll do 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then a little push, This time we're gonna press the palms back, push the palms up, little press to the arms, little press to the hips for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold there, come all the way up, reach, slide the shoulder blades back and down, and then draw back. We'll come to the back edge of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. On the exhale, roll down again, just like we did at the very beginning. Coming into that forward fold. From there, walking yourself out into plank. Shoulders over wrist. You have options to be on your knees. You have options to be on your forearms, to be on your toes. Making sure that our hips aren't lifted, that our belly is engaged, that our shoulders are aligned over our elbows or over our wrists. Just so we aren't overextending and straining the body in any way. I will just continue to keep talking while everybody's holding a plank. We'll hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down to the knees into all fours. So the shoulders are over wrists still. The knees are underneath of the hips. And then pull your belly button up. So see if your low back can get nice and flat, as though you're a tabletop, you're gonna balance a cup of water, or maybe a cup of hot coffee, because you don't want to spill that on yourself. Take one leg back behind, and then reach the toes up and down. Try and keep the hip level. The tendency is that it wants to open up, So you're gonna drop the hip down, we're gonna pull up here. And then if you want, reach the opposite arm, and then add a little lift. Think of pulling the shoulder blade down towards the hips here. And maybe it's a little smaller, maybe it's not reaching all the way up to the shoulders. We'll do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that engagement through the abdominals. Elbow to knee, scooping up to the belly, inhaling into your flat back. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, reach. We'll do 2 more. And a reach. And 1 more. Reach and hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll reset. Shoulders over wrist. You can always come fist. You can always come forearms. I remember the second time we get around to it. Take the opposite leg back, drop the hip, and then you'll lift here. The most important thing is to not sag through the belly. You can also sometimes find a little extra work in the mat or a towel to roll under, just so you have a different angle so it's not fully bent. That opposite arm can reach. So you pull the shoulder blades back and down. Maybe it's a small lift down here, maybe it's really low. And we'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold there. Take an inhale on the exhale, elbow to knee. Scooping up, inhale, reaching long, exhale. So you can hike your belly button up to the ceiling. And then 1 more, reach long, hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bring the knees down. Come back, and we'll circle through the wrist here. We'll roll over to stomach, or not to stomach, to back. Bringing the feet hip distance apart again, because the tendency is to want to go wide, and then letting the knees stay separated. What's the best angle to turn here? Maybe it's here. So pressing my feet in, drawing them a little closer to my butt. Inhaling, you exhale, let the shoulders draw back and down. You can take the hands down by the side. You can take palms down, palms up. You can reach them out to the side if that feels better. Just trying not to reach them overhead. Just enough if that feels better to open up, or cactus arms. Take another breath in to prepare. On the exhale, you're going to press the belly button in, and we're articulated spine, that same slinky spine to come up here. Inhale, at the top, exhale. Think of rolling my rib cage down first. I'm going to pull my belly button in to really support this roll down and this articulated bridging. And then my kidneys, my hip come down. Inhale, exhale. Rolling it nice and slow, drawing up. Trying not to come up too far that I pop everything, so that's still rib to hip connection here. And then the exhale, roll myself down. This just feels good for the spine. Inhale, exhale. So even if all you do are some standing roll downs to do some articulated bridging, like that's the only thing you have time for, do this. Pull the belly button in, and then down. This time we're going to come up to the top, roll up here, stay up here, press the shoulders, ribs to hip. My right hip is going to lift slightly. I'm going to focus on taking my left side down this time. Taking each spine, each rib cage down, my kidney, all the way down to my hip, and then I reset through center, inhaling, exhaling, pull my belly button in up, lift here this time, taking the left hip up slightly, and then slowly bring down through my other side. We'll do this a few times, inhaling, exhale, pulling up here. Inhaling, exhaling, slowly down through one side. Center, rolling up, exhaling. And then just one great articulated bridging up through this top. Inhaling, exhaling, roll back down. From there, drawing in my navel to the spine, knees over hips. I'm going to come up, curl, and I'm going to reach in a single leg stretch. Alternating. You can tap the toe down. You can keep the head and neck down. Just a little tap. So I can get into my abdominals. Sometimes the back wants to lift. Can I keep my back still nice and strong? If I need to, I can always put a towel or something underneath of my back to imprint it. Or I can tap.
I can extend. Trying not to extend so far that my back lifts. And 4, exhaling, 2, and 1. You can stay with it single. You can extend both legs out, both legs in. You can reach the arms. You can exhale and scoop in. You can keep the head and neck down. You can curl up and reach. Inhaling, exhaling. You can take the toes to the ceiling. You can extend them out to that 45 degree. You can keep the knees bent. Right? I don't have to extend my legs to still feel my abdominals working. That point where they go, okay, I'm holding on here. And we'll do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up here, we'll take the hands to either side of the head, the back of the head, and just let your head be heavy in your hands. So we aren't going to pull on the neck, we're going to let it be heavy. Inhaling, exhale. I'm going to rotate to bicycle, inhaling, exhale, rotate to the other side. Maybe the leg extends. Inhale, exhale, squeeze, pull the belly button in and up. Maybe it's tapping down. Maybe it's just a slight little rotation with the head and neck, mostly on the floor. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming here, rotating to the right. See if you can lift the toes up an inch, down an inch, holding here. Maybe it's a tap and lift here. And we'll do 4, 3, 2, just holding this rotation here. Coming in, coming back to center, inhale, exhale, rotate to the other side. And maybe it's just the leg lift lower, maybe it's that tap. And you do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back in here, lowering the head and neck down, reaching the arms wide. You can squeeze the legs together here. And then bring yourself to your front butt cheek. You're going to engage into your obliques here. Exhale, draw back in. Inhale as you take to the other butt cheek. Shoulders stay drawing back and down. So you take this little shift side. You can have the legs long. You can keep them bent. You can turn to the side and extend. You can sweep around the other side and extend. You're going to have as many options as it's going to feel good. I'll just make sure that we do them nice and evenly. So if you started on the right, you finish on the left. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to come into center here. Knees over hips. Or feet down. Or legs extended. Pilates 100. We can do this with our head and neck down. We just move through the arms. It's the only arm movement here. It's the whole body finding its instability and trying to hold still. We can curl up here, just making sure that we are not bouncing through the head and neck. Maybe we're here. Maybe we're here. As we inhale, we exhale. This is where your breath is uber important. Your breath is what sustains you. It's what builds you up. So you can continue the movement. Inhale, exhale. And we'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the head and neck down. We had a little hip work here. So you make a little diamond, if you need, underneath of your tailbone. If that helps you to connect better. Press in with the belly, to engage there into your abdominals. And you may not need it, you may be fine. But if you feel like your back is lifting, or you're feeling really unstable in your pelvis, then go ahead and do that. Take the toes to the ceiling, relax the shoulder blades back and down. You're going to take the toes out to, like if you're looking at a clock, 3 and 9. I'm going to reach the toes to the ceiling, to 12 and 6, back to 3 and 9, and then alternating. So think of like a helicopter propeller. See where we can get some movement within the hips themselves. Part of this is lumbopelvic stability. Can I keep my pelvis stable? Can I keep my lumbar spine supported? Can I keep my abs on? and hold out here. So you're gonna reach the toes away from your limit and tiny little circles from the hips. You can do these circles in a little smaller space too. And 4, 3, 2, and then reverse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the toes up here. We'll drop the toes. We'll circle them all the way out, up and down. Inhale, exhale, or maybe you prefer to exhale, inhale here. You can make this as big as you need to, as long as the back is not rocking. Right? I can come down lower, but then I feel all of this waving here. Maybe if the hands are down, maybe that helps me. This is that slight elevation within the hips. And I am terrible about counting, so do one more this direction, and then we'll switch the toes at the top, take everything out to the side, lift and draw in. You want to make sure that your low back is not lifting up off the floor. This is movement to feel good for the hip. Open, try up, out to the side, and lift. Seeing where your abdominals can engage and support you. We'll do 3, 2, and 1. We're going to release the feet to the floor. Take an inhale. On exhale, roll up into your bridge. Just to get a little length through the hip flexors here. And then exhale, roll back down. Relax the shoulders. Take the toes to the ceiling. Taking the heels hip distance apart. Take the toes together. So this time now you have internally rotated. We're going to keep the big toes pressing in, drop, and lift. So you're creating movement within the hip that it normally does not get. We'll do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn the toes out, draw the heels in, and then lift and lower here. So this time your feet are not open into a V. Your heels are together, your toes are out as you look and lower. A little inner thigh work, a little hip work here, rotation for 2, and 1. Draw the knees in, roll over. You're going to come to your belly. From there, press the toenails, actually stretch. Stretch a little bit more. See if you can get another inch just between like your hip bone right here. Get the hip flexor. Taking the pillow for your head if you want. Slide the shoulder blades back and down. Inhale, on the exhale, prepare, pull your belly button off the floor. So instead of pressing the belly in, you're going to engage, and it's going to press the hip bone a little bit more into the floor, and that's okay. Inhale. On the exhale, you can take a little extension here and come down. So as we extend, we're going to pull the belly button up. I want to slide the shoulder blades back and down. It may feel better to have the arms down to feel that reach of the shoulders away from the ears. It may feel better to make it really small, or to just, yeah, we'll do that. And we'll do 2 more. And 1 more. Going to take the arms out. You can have field goal post. You're going to reach the arms long for swimmers. And a little swim here. You can keep the nose down to the floor, and then you can add the legs in as well if you want. Seeing where you can still pull your belly button up. You're going to lift the thighs off rather than at the knees. And maybe even the arms are down by the side for these little swimmers if that feels better. And we'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press the hands, press the toes, inhale. On the exhale, lift arms, lift legs. Maybe it's just one, maybe it's just legs, maybe it's just the upper body, maybe it's both. Wherever we're at, let's do 2 more. And then 1 more, hold up here. I'm gonna reach the arms out, down by the side, and then reach them up. Maybe we're down here. Maybe it's only the arms that are moving, maybe the rest of the body is stable. We're strengthening the posterior chain of the body here. Working the muscles through the back. Let's do 2. And let's do 1. Bring the hands down by the shoulders, tuck your toes, and lift the hips. Coming up into plank, we'll do one last plank hold for 30 seconds. So just remembering your form, remembering your options. Knees, forearms,
There's so much that we would do if we were in class with all of the tools and the props, but mat Pilates was started without any props. So we're gonna honor that and work with what we have. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and one. Lift up into your down dog. Slide the shoulder blades back and down. Walk your hands back to your feet here. Just take a breath in. On the exhale, roll yourself up. Hold the belly button in and up. Slide the shoulder blades back and down and roll through the shoulders here. And we're done. Thank you for taking a little time for yourself today. Please reach out if you have questions, if you need anything. Just here to offer support and encouragement as long as we need it.